for today's corrections, starting with Misan, you said it is good destiny to meet people. It's a good way to meet people, or maybe it's fate. Sometimes we say it's fate. Yeah, maybe it's fate that you can meet somebody there. Next, you said my job is related to techniques, information technology, something like that. My job is very technical. It's related to information technology. Then you said I didn't get all about it. I didn't get every little detail. When seniors let them go, they blame about it. Why didn't they touch me? When you were talking about like the mentors kind of offering what or asking when somebody quits or something. When I guess when seniors see their juniors go or see their juniors leave, they question, why didn't they reach out to me? Why didn't they reach out to me?
Reach out?
Reach out.
Reach out.
Yeah, to reach out to somebody is like it's like a dictionary. You're really good at this.
Weird face mode.
But I'm like,
I can hear, I can understand, but I can't talk.
well, what's funny is like, I mean, I'm the native teacher, but you said it more clear than I did. Reach out. Next, Jihei. I keep saying that with some bad example of married couple, I cite examples to support my answer. Anytime that someone is asking you, about anything and you want to give your opinion and give some examples, I cite examples, CITE. I cite examples to support my answer. It's like, when you have like a news story or like a document, you always cite some examples. Yeah. I didn't really find an old man or an old woman who can softly touch my mind. I never really found an older or more experienced person who reached me. Actually, reach is a good word for this. Yeah. She was a junior than me. She was a junior to me, or she was my junior colleague. It takes about 20 minutes by walk. It's about 20 minutes walking distance. Anytime someone gives you like advice about like how to go somewhere if you travel, they'll say, oh yeah, it's like 10 minutes walking distance. We don't say by walk, but we do say by car, by train. We just say walking distance instead. Yeah, it changes. I kept saying to her about this advice. I kept giving her the same advice. And then her and my age gap is just 2 years. We're only a couple years apart. Juhyun? Earlier, when you were asking about the chart pitch, about the separate things, you said, it's my fault, I'm sorry. In that case, whenever you come across that kind of situation and it's hard to ask a question, it's even hard for native speakers sometimes to ask a question very clearly and be specific about it. So, my suggestion is, sorry if I wasn't clear. Let me rephrase that. And anytime that you have to ask a different way, you're rephrasing it sometimes. So, sorry if I wasn't clear. Let me rephrase that for you. Let me ask again in a different way. Let me rephrase that for you. Rephrase, yeah. So a phrase is like, rephrase, yeah. Let me rephrase that for you. It's just you're trying to ask more clearly. Sometimes if you watch like a TV show or a movie that's like a kind of law drama or something like that, you see people like kind of asking questions to like a criminal. Sometimes they'll say, oh, maybe I wasn't clear. Let me rephrase it for you. and they use it as kind of a threat in like those kind of movies, like,
Raise for me.
yeah. But it's not a threat. It's just like in dramas, they can use it as a threat. You know, oh, maybe it wasn't clear. Let me rephrase it for you, and then they say a threat. You know, but basically, it's just you're trying to say something more clearly. Next, you said she's older. She's older, about 20 years old. Me, she's 20 years my senior. Yeah. When you're talking about somebody that's older than you, you can say someone is this many years my senior to me, or somebody is this many years my senior. If I was talking about like a good friend of mine who is 10 years older than I am, then I'll say he's 10 years senior to me. Yeah, he's 10 years older than me. Next, Suhyun, you said she couldn't do enough education chance. She never had the opportunity to pursue her education like she wanted to. She never had the opportunity to pursue her education like she wanted to.
For education.
Like she wanted to, yeah. And then you said, in Korea, it's bad views. In Korea, it's looked down upon. Looked down upon.
Down upon.
Yeah. So anytime that people view something negatively, they look down upon it. Or sometimes we also say we frown on it. Frowning like it's like, you know, I can't make the face now because I'm laughing too much today, but you know, it's yeah. It's a very uncomfortable look, right? So we say that something is frowned on. We frown on this, meaning we don't accept this or we view this negatively. Yeah. So looked down upon or frown on it. Yeah. You know, let's say frown, F-R-O-W-N. It's the opposite of a smile. You know, smile, you're smiling. Frown is like, you know, yeah, frown. We frown on it. We frown upon it. If you have somebody visiting from another country that's like a client, and then maybe they're like speaking too loud on the train, and then they say, "Oh, am I too loud?" And then you might say, "Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, sometimes people frown on it. Like people look down on it. Yeah, people think it's kind of negative here." And then you said, I never heard blame about my work. This is actually a very commonly overused and incorrect thing to say, blame. A lot of people say the word blame. I never heard any complaints about my work. Yeah. I never heard any complaints about my work. Last, Sujin. Nowadays, I'm really concerning how to communicate well with my parents. Nowadays, I'm having some, actually in this case, we all say this. I'm having some issues dealing with my parents. I'm having some issues dealing with someone. Whenever someone is trying to talk to you about something that's uncomfortable, you know, your friends, your family, your boss, coworker, I'm having issues dealing with this person. Dealing.
Having issues.
Yeah, I'm having issues. Issues is like saying I'm having trouble or having problems. But when you say I'm having problems or I'm having trouble, it sounds kind of like a lot stronger. I'm having issues, it's uncomfortable. Yeah. We're having some disagreements. You know. So I'm having issues dealing with, and then you can just say the people. Yeah. I'm having issues dealing with my coworker. They talk too much. So, next, you said, on my this way today, on my way here today, or as I was on my way. Next, you said, I don't want any mentor in job career. I realized that you were saying job career over and over. You can just say one. Job is something that sounds more temporary. Career is something that sounds more long term. So just choose one which sounds right to you. Yeah.
No need to two words.
Yeah. Unnecessary. It kind of, it's like saying
either job or.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's like if it would be like saying school education. You could just say school or education.
Okay.
Yeah. Next, that church support to me so many area. That church was very supportive. Yeah, you could just say that church was very supportive because you don't have to specify so many areas. Actually, English is kind of a lazy language. So if you said that church was very supportive to me, we would automatically assume, wow, they must have done a lot for you. We automatically assume this thing. That's the thing about why Shakespeare is so popular in the English language, because he never says anything straight in his works. You have to assume what's going on. You have to assume the feeling. So the same thing with language. It's kind of a lazy language. You just say, oh yeah, they were so very supportive. And then that would, you wouldn't have to say in so many areas, this and this and this and this, you wouldn't have to list it or anything.
It is the right expression for area, so many areas.
It is grammatically correct, but we never say it like that. I mean, it's just not a natural thing that we say. Yeah. So they just they were very supportive, or they were so supportive. Yeah. And that is a much more natural way. And then we would automatically assume by what you're saying that it means in so many areas. Yeah. And that is all. You guys are done. Thank you.